G'day and welcome to another episode of Kiwi Car Life, and today I make another terrible financial decision, buying a damaged Mk5 Golf GTi sight unseen in a city 2 hours away. What could possibly go wrong? The story begins with me yet again searching for bargains on Turner's damaged auctions, and this Golf GTi popped up and it looked pretty good. Only 108,000 kilometres, New Zealand new, and so far as I could see, all it needed was a few dents and scratches sorted on the passenger side, a good clean throughout, and a little bit more registration. But there were no known mechanical issues and it had a warrant of fitness until next year. So I got bidding and ended up buying it for just $4,500. Me and Angel went to pick it up in the Skoda, and after yet again having it delivered to me on a forklift, we started it with a jump pack and hit the road home. So after a quick drive home, averaging decently impressive fuel economy of 7.7 litres per 100k, although my diesel Skoda was on another level at 5.2 litres per 100k on the same journey, it's here. So let's take a look around and see what's wrong with it. The wheels are black as molasses. There's some very substantial scrapes and dents down the passenger side. The back guard looks like it's been kicked in by an angry ex. And these horrible angry eyebrow headlight things have got to go. However, there are some good points as well. Clearly in the past it was reasonably well looked after because it's had a service recently and the cam belt was done just 10,000 k's ago. It's sitting on H&R lowering springs. It's had a resonator delete, so the exhaust sounds lovely. Even though the screen in the middle here is a bit of an AliExpress special, it does have Bluetooth and a reversing camera, which this car didn't have before. And it's a pretty well equipped example too, with auto lights, cruise control, heated leather seats, and dual zone climate that not all of them came with. Even the headline is mostly intact, which is a rarity for European cars like these.
Unlike some of my other projects, this one doesn't look like it'll need too much done to it. So let's start with the cleaning. As usual, I began by taking it down to the local wash depot to blast all of the leaves and pollen out of the gaps and crevices. There was certainly no shortage of spiderwebs and filth to clear out of the door jambs, but with it clean enough, I took it home and finished the wash. The paintwork, despite all of the dents and scrapes, came up pretty nice, but annoyingly, the black wrapped roof was still mottled with mold or something that just would not come off. And I don't really want to tear the wrap off and risk taking the clear coat with it. So I carried on clay barring the exterior and dried it off. My dent man came around to straighten out some of those nasty dents down the side. They naturally would never be as good as new again, but I was reasonably confident that with a solid polish afterwards, they'd be virtually unnoticeable. So with the car clean, I began the lengthy process of polishing the whole exterior. I targeted all of the particularly deep scratches, and while certainly not perfect, the car slowly started to turn out pretty good. Thankfully, most of the paint was already shiny and the clay bar helped to take off the last bits of tar. After a whole afternoon's work, the grey metallic paint was gleaming like it did when it left Miles Continental in Christchurch 18 years ago. And then it was time to tackle the interior. Fortunately, this was far from the filthiest car I've ever cleaned, and Volkswagen carpet is generally very easy to get sand and dirt out of. I did find a few dollars hidden under the seats, which was a nice bonus, and for some reason the whole passenger side was absolutely littered with little colourful beads. But with a solid vacuum of all of the footwells and seats, and a wipe down of all the plastic surfaces, plus cleaning the windows with glass cleaner, it was finally done. I really don't know too much about the history of this car, but given most Golf GTIs were bought new by accountants and businessmen wanting an everyday hot hatch, for a number of years it was most likely looked after. Beneath the scratches and dents and average wheels, I saw a low-case, great driving, well-serviced and relatively shiny Golf GTi. All it needed was to peel away the filthy wheels and massive gouges down the side and other recent additions to reveal the fantastic hot hatch that was hidden underneath. After a full clean and polish, vacuum and wipe down, this NZ new Mk5 Golf GTi has been once again restored to its former glory, all ready for a new home.
Launch control. I must admit, I never really loved these Golf GTIs because back in the early days of Kiwi Car Life, what I wanted was a 8,000 RPM, high revving, screaming, engaging to drive modified Accord Euro. And something like this was just not really something that interests me, and I found it almost so good to the point where it was just a little bit boring. But as I'm getting a bit older, and the concept of a raw, loud, screaming K24 is perhaps not quite as appealing as an everyday driver to me as it once was, these Golf GTIs are becoming more of interest to me. Because, as I've always maintained, even though they're perhaps a little bit soulless, and because the transmission is so good it just kind of feels like a video game where you're just flicking away on the pedals, there's no denying that these are fantastic cars. Brilliant transmission, just does exactly what you ask, up and down gears, works flawlessly, and it's paired with honestly a pretty good sounding 2-litre turbocharged 4. Even right down to first gear, where it matches perfectly. And the power delivery is just delightful. And these Mark 5s, yeah, the interior is not the best, a lot of the plastics are pretty cheap, but it's got all the features that I look for. Cruise control, dual zone climate, heated seats, and it's a genuinely fantastic drive. Up and down gears is super fun, and with this one having a bit of a resonator to delete the exhaust. Sounds great, and it's just a sharp, nimble, brilliant driving car, honestly. So the Golf GTI, it's the all-round package. It does everything great, and now that this one is all polished up and clean, shiny and tidy enough, it is ready to go off to a new home. If you're interested in this car, it's done pretty low case, New Zealand new, it's in the best condition that I can get it into without spending copious amounts of money on it unnecessarily. If you like the look of it, then hit me up on Kiwi Car Life Autos. I'm sure whoever buys it is going to enjoy it, and I will very much look forward to seeing you again next time.